Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your girl Tanisha Shanae, Miss Inspiration. Welcome to another episode of Morning Inspiration with Friends. If you are new here, I want you to hit that like button, whether you're watching on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe and make sure you hit that notifications because we are here every day, 7 a.m. Central Time, which is 8 a.m. Eastern, and then you go according to the other ones. So get you some tea, some coffee, some water. I have me some coffee today, and we're gonna just have a great conversation, a God-inspired conversation that is going to help you and lead you in any direction that you need. So take what you need, whatever does not, you can pass it on to someone else because someone else might need it as well. So share it with a friend, share it with two friends. Let's get more people. Let them know that Tanisha Shanae Miss Inspiration is here to inspire them so that they can take action and they can actually go out there and activate and do the things that God needs for them to do. That's all that I want people to do, right? That is all. And if you are watching the replay, thank you for being here on the replay. Hashtag replay so that I know that you were here with us as well, even though you may not have been able to catch it at 7 a.m. That's okay. You are still part of the family. You are still here with us in our hearts. And I just want you to know that you also still matter. So I'm still getting used to this camera being up here. So please forgive me as I sometimes look down. But yeah, so today I want to talk about this. This came up because I saw a video. So, I like to react to a lot of things. And one day I'm going to explain to y'all why I like to react to certain things that I see. Because there is a method, there's a reason behind it. It's not just because I want to do it, but we'll get into that a little bit later on. So I was watching this video yesterday, and it was a reenactment where it's a young lady who pretends to be God, Holy Spirit, and then herself. And what she's been doing, God is sending the Holy Spirit to tell her certain things, give her certain assignments, and she is not doing them. And so one of the ones that I caught, she was worrying about somebody else's assignment. Like she's looking at their assignment and she's like, well, how come their assignment is that? And I want to talk about that because I think it's very easy to get stuck and not take action, the action that we're supposed to be taking individually because we have our own individual journeys. So it's easy for us to not take action. It's easy for us to look at somebody else's path and swear, why do they have the easier path? Why do they have the easier assignment? Right? If you have ever been in that situation, I want you to put a 1 in the chat. And guess what? I'm going to put a 1 in the chat for myself because I have done that as well. I have been sitting around worrying about somebody else's journey and somebody else's assignment, forgetting about the fact that my assignment was given to me. I received clear instructions. I heard exactly what I was supposed to do. But instead of me doing them, I sat down and I was like, well, so-and-so, how come their assignment looks like that? I can do that. Like that is easy for me to do. And that is a part of the problem. So I'm going to talk about 3 different things that we should not be doing or things that we should be doing so that we can stay focused on our path, because that's all that matters, right? Whenever we get into this journey of comparing what other people are doing and what they're doing this, God, and I could do that too. God is like, I gave you what I needed you to do. And that's what he did. He gave us our instructions. So we have to understand that just because it looks easy for someone else, just always understand that every assignment is going to come with their own struggles. Okay. And that means that the people that you're looking at and you feel like they got the easier assignment, you don't know what they struggled with to do that assignment. You don't know what they are struggling with as they are completing that assignment. It looks easy to you because it is something that you can possibly do. Absolutely. But now when you're sitting there looking at them, you don't know, they might also be in the same space that you're doing, but they might just be making it look a little bit easier, right? They might be doing this assignment and wondering, am I capable? Am I qualified? Do I really have the skills? You don't know if this is playing on their self-esteem. You don't understand if this is going to impact, their finances. We do not understand. So this is why we should not get into this habit of comparing our journey and our assignment with someone else's assignment. Let them do their assignment, because the same way you're sitting and you're doubting yourself and you're struggling to complete what you have been assigned to do, please understand that person too is struggling. And I remember just, I always hear, like, some artists you hear out there, you hear preachers, some people really do have to overcome like social anxiety and public speaking fears to do these things. And while they might do it so effortlessly, does not mean that they are not struggling to accomplish this. Does not mean that they're not struggling to get it done. The same way people will look at me with Tanisha, you look like you are a great public speaker. I know that you don't struggle with that. That's easy for you. And they don't know the struggles that I had, right? Remember the 21 days, all of these different things. You know how many people did not know that any of those things were actually happening and that was bothering me? Because I'm up here allowing insecurities, and I'm allowing people who can't handle me doing what I'm just called to do and being too much. They can't handle that. So now I'm afraid. So it seems easy. And you're like, man, I wish that I had that. I wish I could do that. Meanwhile, at the ranch, you don't realize the other things that was going down and that was also happening when this was when I was going through it. So this is why we really got to get into a space of don't compare. It looks easy from the outside, but when you are actually in that and you're operating in that, we all are having our own struggles, right? No matter what. So this is why we cannot do the comparing and looking at somebody else's assignment, trying to figure out, well, how come their assignment looks easy and how come their assignment is, I could do that and I want their assignment. No, we're not doing that, right? The second thing is that comparisons is a distraction from your purpose. And I think everyone knows that, right? When we sit around and we are idle and we are worrying about other people and what they're called to do and their assignments, that means that you're just really putting yourself on hold, right? It's a very easy excuse to be like, well, I don't know. I mean, I was over here just trying to figure out. God don't need you to figure out anything. He just needs you to be obedient. So when you are focusing on someone else's assignment, that means that you are basically saying, God, I hear you, but I'm not gonna do anything because I'm over here worrying about what they over there doing. You got your marching orders, right? You ever seen like kids growing up, and I always hear like siblings. My sister and I don't think we have that issue, but I always hear about siblings being like, my mom would tell my sibling to do something, and then I'm looking like, wait, why are you telling them to do that? I can wash the dishes. You want me to go outside and rake the leaves, but you got your marching orders. Your mother told you what to do, and she told your sibling what to do. And now you, instead of you going out there and raking them leaves, you're sitting here arguing and worrying about how come they get to do the easy job of just washing dishes. Why are you not doing what you was called to do? Why are you not doing what you're supposed to do? You're wasting time. Then we keep talking about this. The more that you are not showing up and doing what you're supposed to be doing in that time, right? At that anointed and appointed time. Why is it anointed and appointed? Because God has anointed you to do it. He appointed you to do it. He needs for you to do it in that time. And you don't understand why, right? We don't understand. This is why sometimes when we get these assignments, it's critical for us to do the assignment, right? If you go to school, if you did not do your homework assignment, what ended up happening? You either you lost points because it's late, or you got a 0 because you did not complete it. And I mean, some teachers, I'm not that bad of a professor, but you got some teachers, if you turn it in late, it's a 0 automatically. right? So you don't realize the consequences of you not worrying about your homework assignment and you not completing your homework assignment. So you got to get to that place where you realize I need to be over here focusing on my assignment and not worrying about their assignment. We don't need to worry about when they did it, how they did it, why they got that assignment. Don't worry about none of that. You are being distracted. You're focusing on the wrong thing. Just go out there and do what you are instructed to do. This is how we stay in our lane. When I had to get to that level of understanding, and I'm just like, God, but stop worrying about that. That's none of your business. I gave you clear instructions. You know exactly what you need to do. And just like we said, I think it's James 5. Every time that we know what we're supposed to do and we don't do it, there goes the disobedience. You know what you ought to do and you're not doing it. That is a problem. So we need to work on that. Okay. So the third thing, this is going to be a real quick live. The third thing, embracing and trusting your unique path. Embracing and trusting your unique path. This is your path. And when you really embrace it, you can make it really your own. This is where you are able to put your voice on it. This is why, I never cared for, how do I say this? So there's a style of preaching that I can't stand. And it's like, I started to notice, like, there's certain preachers, they have this same style of preaching. And it makes me wonder, who's teaching them this, right? Is this something that they truly feel in their spirit? Like, that's how I'm going to connect with my audience? Or am I going to look at how someone else is doing it and I'm going to mimic that and bring that over here, right? Do it your way. There are certain individuals that I like to watch, that I follow because I like the way that they do things. And that encourages me to go out there and to just be the unique way and the unique person that I am. I speak the way that I speak. I do my workshops the way that I do them. And it's my unique way. I can go to someone's same exact workshop, same topic, and they will deliver it in a whole different way. That's the beautiful part about these assignments, right? There are over 8 billion people on this earth. Count also how many animals are also on this earth. We all have different assignments, right? Now we can have similar assignments. And I say similar because even if they are identical, the delivery is never going to be the same. So I'm going to give you a perfect example. So when we were looking for adjuncts, this is like one of my first full-time teaching jobs. I was on the hiring committee. So like 1 week, we would give them a lesson plan, right? So every candidate that was coming in, they got the same lesson plan. All right, here's your time to shine. Let's see how you want to handle things. So they received the same instructions. They received the same lesson. They all had to now go up there. Guess what happened? None of them did it the same way. Some of them had icebreakers in the beginning. Some did quick reviews of the previous unit. Some just went straight into the lesson plan. Everyone had a unique, same assignment. Everyone had a different approach. That is what we have to understand. So even if you are comparing, right, and you're worrying, you just got to embrace, let me just worry about how I'm going to do this for me. How am I going to connect with my audience? How am I going to make sure that my voice is heard by the people that God is going to anoint and appoint to come in this direction? He's going to send some other people to the other folks because it's going to resonate with them. You may not resonate with them, right? And I had to understand that. I don't resonate with certain people. I don't force it. I just allow them to make a decision and then we just move forward, right? But I trust that the more that I continue to be authentically myself and show up as my authentic self, I will be able to have this connection with these individuals that's going to help them to execute and take the next steps that they need. That's it. Right? So I want us to understand that when we're looking at our assignments, just look at your assignment and just start realizing, how do I execute this with me? Like, we want your sprinkle on it. We don't want someone else's. I don't want to see their flavor. I want to see what's your flavor. How are you going to spend this for you so that it's going to resonate with me? That's why, like, I will never forget years ago, like 2015, 2016, someone wanted to be my manager and she was trying to change everything about the brand of Tanisha Shanae. At that time, it was just Tanisha Shanae. There was no Miss Inspiration yet. And she was like, oh, you should do it like this because I was watching this person and this is what they do. And they don't talk about God like that. And can't do it. I was given clear instructions, right? But at that time, especially 2015, 2016, I was receiving clear instructions. I am going to follow those instructions the way that God designed them for me, and He gave them to me to follow through. That's what I'm going to do. That is what is most important. And people were like, oh, I didn't even know that you did things like that. Yes, because that is what is most important. It's most important when we have to make sure that we have to understand that the people that God is going to send into our lives, right? They are going to be attracted to your voice and the way that you speak and the way that you articulate things and your examples. They're going to be attracted to that. They're going to understand that. If I was to remove the God in it, they're not going to understand that, or it may not resonate with them. So this is why you just got to do things the way that God instructs for you to do them, instead of you worrying about how somebody else is doing them, and then you want to do it the way that they were doing it. Don't get caught up in that. Don't get caught up in that, because at the end of the day, it's going to be a consequence that you're going to have to sit and deal with. And nobody wants to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. Not anymore. Right? So I know yesterday we was talking about patience, and what do we do in our season of patience? Or season of waiting, not season of patience. And our season of waiting, what should we do? And yes, we want you to go out there and we want you to serve. We want you to go out there and want you to focus on your purpose. We just want you to stay busy. But it gets to a point where busy work can also become dangerous. And it can become dangerous because if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, the way that you're supposed to be doing it, that's where it gets dangerous. Especially when you are hearing, when you get, like, I want people to get to an understanding. When you know this is what God is telling you to do, right? We got to get to that point where we just can't keep ignoring it. You just got to do it. Understand that you're getting these instructions and you're being told to do something because it is going to be important for you. It's going to help you to get through whatever season that you're in, and it's going to help you to stay on track to make sure that you are accomplishing these goals the way that you're supposed to. So that's why I say that it's very important for us to obey the way that we need to obey, and to do it the way that we have been instructed to do it, not the way that you have a desire. I have a desire to do it this way. Please don't do that. Don't do that, because you're going to get yourself in trouble. And I don't want you in trouble, because I've been there before. So I'm going to tell you, it doesn't work out for us when we are worrying about other people. It doesn't. It does not work out. We get in trouble a lot. We got to sit here and got to focus on other things. And the other things are focusing on our assignments that we receive clear instructions about. And then once you're finished with that assignment, then if you want to get extra credit and you want to go do something else, something that was not assigned to you, cool, do that. But just make sure that the original assignment that was given to you, make sure that you complete that. Get that one done first. Okay, that's the most important one. Don't be out here trying to do other things. Do what the one that God said, oh yeah, I need for you to do this because this is how I need this to be done. Do that first. Complete your assignment first, and then you can go do some extra credit. And we can talk about the extra credit assignments and what we can do after we accomplish some of them goals. But yeah, just do the assignment and do it the way that God has led you to do it, that he has called you to do it, and don't do it any other way, because it's not going to work out. It's not going to be in our favor when we do things like that. So let's end now. So as always, I always invite you to connect with me. You can go to my link tree down in the description. You can also find the link on Facebook. You can ignore that comment, the pinned comment that is there. That's going to change. But you can go to Inspirational Trailblazers. You can learn about that at my link tree. You can sign up. It's $20 a month. That promo code will not work. If you download my 21-day guide, you would get a special promo code. So I would definitely recommend, if you are looking to get more visible, tap into your gifts, tap into this, your calling, and just being the person that God has called for you to be, I encourage you to go ahead and download that. Now, that is at my link tree, and it is totally free, so you're not paying anything, but in there is going to be a special offer. So everything that I did in my 21-day live challenge is going to be in that guide, but a little bit more pizzazz, of course, for yourself, that I'm going to give you. And I want you to go out there and make some executions. And then if you are ready to join Inspirational Trailblazers, there's a special promo in that. So, go ahead. And if you want to learn about my books, they're Single in Love, Transition to a Healthier You, and some of my other ebooks that I have, you can also go to my link tree, and they are linked there as well. So this is, like I said, a quick message, a quick inspirational message. We'll be back here tomorrow at 7 a.m. Central Time, 8 a.m. Eastern. I am your girl, Tanisha Shanae, Miss Inspiration. Thank you for spending some time with me this morning. And we'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. So hit that notification and make sure that you join us here at 7 a.m. And if you're watching on the replay, #replay, and enjoy the message. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.